Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace of Arc. If you're new here on this channel, we dive into architecture design and the digital tools that bring your ideas to life. If you're into SketchUp, Twinmotion, creative design workflows, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps me a ton. Now let's dive into this video. So, as the video title says, today we're going to be going over 3 extensions that are going to save you a ton of time in SketchUp. If you're brand new to SketchUp, how we're going to get these extensions is we're going to go up to our top toolbar and click on the Extension Warehouse. Once we have opened the Extension Warehouse, first we can change our category to Architecture. This helps narrow down all the extensions so you're just seeing the ones you need. Next, we can search on the search bar for each of the extensions we're going to download today. And first is Architextures. So first we're going to click Install. Once we load this into our SketchUp, it's going to appear up on your toolbar or somewhere on your screen with this little diagram. Once we've opened this extension, you can browse through a ton of different textures, or you can search common words like stone, glass, wood, concrete, stuff like that to add to your model. So I've just loaded up this old SketchUp model I have, and when we use the SketchUp paint bucket, our options are very limited for something like stone, for example. So I want to change this, but I don't want to use what SketchUp's giving me. So I'm going to go up to our extension we just downloaded, and I'm going to browse through our main page here and just look for some stone I like. So for example, let's say I select this one. So what we can now do here is we can edit it. So if you wanted a smaller scale, you can edit the rows and columns. So let's say I want this to be 7 instead. Now what we can do is we'll go back and we'll insert it just by selecting Import. It's going to directly go into your paint bucket and you can now add it to your model. What we can also do here is if we exit out of here and say we're working away on our project and we go, oh shoot, we want this change down here too. We can simply go back to just our paint bucket and we're going to select at the very top, Colors in Model. This will bring us back and here's our stone again. So now we can change the other textures we want to change simply. Like I briefly mentioned, you can edit each texture once in the interface by selecting the Edit tool. There's a ton of different options once you get into here and what you can change from scale to color tones and about everything in between. You can also change the joints, as you can see I'm doing on screen here, from mortar to anything else, and it will automatically generate that for you, which is super handy. And then it's simple as select Import. And then there you go, you have your new texture. The best part about this plugin is if you don't have time to do a rendering or you just need a super quick model, these textures make your model look way more realistic in a fraction of the time. Moving on to our next extension, we're going to go back to our 3D warehouse. This is where, like I said at the beginning of the video, we download all of our extensions. For this extension, it's called 1001 Bit Tools. Once you've found it in the extension warehouse, this is what it will look like, and simply click Install. This is one of my favorites, and you're about to see why. It's like having a mini architectural toolbox built right into SketchUp. Once you've loaded this extension into your SketchUp, you'll notice a new toolbar underneath your existing toolbar. Now, it may look a little bit intimidating at the beginning, but I'm going to show you step by step which each of these do. If you hover your mouse over each of the small icons, it will give you a brief description of what they do. Now, for the purpose of this video, so it's not super long, I'm just going to go over a few that have helped me a ton in the past. This being the window feature. So how we're going to use this, it's this icon right here. We're going to select our face, which is going to be this window here, and then click on that icon. It's going to pull up this mini menu where you have all your dimensions. You can change everything about it, and then just simply create window frame. Now you can see this window looks like an actual window. You can also do this for doors. So we'll go to the back of my model here. And let's say we're just going to draw a simple door quickly. Obviously, I don't know if that's to size, but I'm going to go up here to door frame. Now I can select this face again. Select this face, door frame, create door frame. And it simply creates you a door frame. The other super handy tool in this, especially for architecture design or if you're doing interior design, is the stairs. Now, stairs can be a pain to draw. So what we can do is select any of the stairs, really. They all have you can read about them here. But let's say we're going to do these ones, and we're going to go there. It perfectly builds you a set of stairs. And you have straight runs, you have L-shaped stairs, you have everything. Now, this is where you're going to save the most time because drawing stairs can be a pain. It also comes loaded with more straightforward tools like our wall tool. Now, I highly recommend drawing a line on the axis you want your wall first, just because it doesn't snap to the axes like the SketchUp lines. So we'll select our wall tool. Here we can create our wall thickness and our wall height, and then select Build Wall. So we can go from 1 point to 2 points, and we have our wall already built. Also super handy and does save you a ton of time. The other tool we can use is our roof tool, which is located here at the end. So just for this example, I'm just going to draw a square. Say this is our house. So use our push-pull, just make it this our house. So if we want a hip roof, and this can be complicated too. So for example, I'll show you here. I'll push and pull this in. So say this is our house and we need a roof. You know, drawing the roof, yeah, it's not super complicated, but we can just select this one tool and it's going to ask us our roof pitch and our roof overhang. So let's just use the standard, what they have here, create hip roof, and it makes you a perfect roof right on top. Other than that, I'd highly recommend just downloading 1001-bit tools and playing around with it, and that's how you'll learn best. This combined with Architextures will really bring your models to the next level and also save you a ton of time when modeling. So do yourself a solid and go download 1001-bit tools, and it's free. Now we're going to move on to our third. Last but not least, we're going to go back into the extension warehouse, and we're going to search up CleanUp.
This is the one you're looking for, and simply select Install.
Once you have CleanUp installed into your SketchUp, it's going to show up with this icon here. You'll have two small diagrams. Now, these are very simple to use. What we're going to do is, if we're looking to export this into a 3D rendering software, but we want to clean it up before we do just so that our SketchUp and our rendering software isn't lagging, all we're going to do is we're going to select all of our house. So we have all of our faces and everything selected. Now, this basically runs a background check and makes sure there's no unwanted geometry, lines, faces, materials. So all we do is we're going to go up and we're going to select there, and it says there's 0 unused planes. So that's good. That means that we're not going to run into any road bumps. Now, obviously, this isn't the most sexy plugin you'll ever have, but it's probably one of the most efficient and will actually, in the long run, save you time once you get out of SketchUp and into renderings. At the end of every session of your SketchUp, I'd highly recommend highlighting everything and running CleanUp3. Without it, SketchUp starts to lag, auto-save takes forever, and crashes more often than you'd probably like. With it, everything runs cleaner, faster, and just feels way more stable. If you've ever had your models slow to a crawl, you need this extension. So those are my top 3 extensions everyone should be using: Architextures, 1001-bit tools, and CleanUp3. These 3 alone will completely level up your workflow, helping your model be faster, make your designs more detailed, and keep your project running smoothly. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment if you have any questions. If you'd like a part 2 to this series of more extensions that are helpful, please comment below and let me know which ones you'd like me to go over, or if you'd simply just like a part 2. Thanks for watching. I'm out.